Hello and welcome to the Art of Teaching. I've been asked by a few people to talk a little bit more about mnemonics, which is a memory method and a way to organize your thoughts and organize information that you can recall easily during a test. The nice thing about this is that it does create ways for you to memorize things in order and to recall them in order or reverse order or whatever way that you want to or need to recall the information. My first mnemonics video went over a simple list of 10 items using mnemonic devices, which are visual cues that help remind you of the thing that you need to remember. So we had 1 bun, 2 shoe, 3 tree. Well, another method would be using the alphabet. And what you would do is write down a list of the letters of the alphabet, A through Z. And then next to each letter, you would write down what word or visual word comes to mind when you think of that particular letter. So the first time through you might do A is for apple, B is banana, C is for can, and so forth. When you get to the end of the alphabet, cover your work and then go back to the beginning and see if you can recall it off the top of your head. A is for apple, B is banana, C is for cantaloupe. Well, maybe you've changed it, and that's okay. So write down the second word that you got, because the first time through you might be trying a little bit too hard and you want to come up with a list that's very, very easy to kind of memorize. So you've got that alphabet list, and it even helps to kind of draw it out. It doesn't matter if you can't draw at all. It can look terrible, but it'll still work. Then what you do is you take your list of information, and you will have to create a list. And this list should be keywords that will help you remember additional information. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. It can just be certain keywords that will help you. And then you put that keyword in with the visual element. So if you need to remember something about the human cell or something, and it's the cell wall as one of the parts you need to remember. So you would have A is for apple, and then you would close your eyes and sort of visualize some way to get a cell wall onto an apple visually, and you might have to do a little drawing. This may seem like it takes a lot of time, but once it's done, it's in your head, and you might think to yourself, okay, the apple sort of has a shell around it, and that's your cell wall. So that's one way to kind of begin the process, and you would go through. Please review my video about the numbers because it goes into a little bit more detail about making those connections. The second method that I want to tell you about, which is actually the third method, is mapping. And what you do is you take a place that you're very familiar with, like your bedroom, any part of your house, even your neighborhood, and you draw a map. Very easy to do. And then you think of yourself traveling through the room, and you take your list of things you need to memorize, and you imagine yourself putting those items in different parts of your room and around the room. And then you go through that list a few times, and then you close your eyes and you sit down and you see if you can re-walk that room in your mind and where those objects are. And then you should be able to recall them for a test. Mnemonics is about making auditory hints, which we get all the time when you repeat something over and over again, and turning them into visual hints. So this way it becomes something where you close your eyes and you kind of see this in your mind's eye or your imagination. Some people learn better auditorily, okay, so they can repeat something and they learn it and they know it. Other people, like myself, tend to really need to see something and almost feel something to really learn about it. And I know all through elementary school and halfway through my middle school years, I had a very, very hard time memorizing information. My mother happened to take a class in memory methods, and she taught me these techniques, and my grades went from C's and B's to almost always A's, even through college. So it is a method that works. It takes a little bit of time to get used to in the beginning, but I think you'll find that it's very, very helpful. If you have any further questions about it, feel free to email me. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can upload another video to make it more clear. Maybe I actually need to walk around a room and create a map for you in a video. Give it a try. See what you think. And I want to thank you again for watching. If you feel like it's been helpful to you, please go ahead and subscribe. Certainly hit me as a favorite or give me a few stars. I'd really appreciate it. And check out the rest of my videos. Thank you very much, and you have a great day.